Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, coronavirus killed Dick Tracy. Yep, Dick's dead. The Astor Theatre in St Kilda in Melbourne, which is owned by Palace Cinemas, which I love. I've been going there my whole adult life. They are a theatre that it originally opened in 1936, and it's pretty much been kept in its original condition. And they show classic movies, basically double features or single features every day, every night. Um, and we've been lucky. They've been doing a lot of 30th anniversary screenings lately. They did the original Batman, which I saw. They did Turtles, which I missed, and they're going to do Dick Tracy for the 30th anniversary. And now they are closed, unfortunately. I had been very lucky. Recently, we had In Bed with Madonna and the Blonde Ambition tour shown by a local Madonna fan who does Madonna events at the Richmond Cinema at Victoria Gardens, Hoyts and Victoria Gardens. But the Astor also recently showed A League of Their Own, which I got to see. So I've had 3 Madonna movie events in the last couple of weeks, so it's been pretty good. But next up was Dick Tracy. Now, I'm fortunate enough that there's a group called Cinemaniacs in Melbourne that used to primarily run out of a cinema in, I think, South Bank called The Backlot. They've moved from there, fortunately, to a cinema now in Thornbury, which is really, really close to me. It's like 15 minutes walk from where I am or something, 20 minutes walk. South Melbourne's on the other side of the city, basically, for me, so it's a bit of a hassle to get there. But they would do these screenings, and they'd have a theme. They did New York, and they did movie makeup. And fortunately for me, one of the guys who's in Cinemaniacs is a huge Madonna fan. He always finds a way to fit Madonna films in. So when they did New York, he did Desperately Seeking Susan, so I got to see Desperately Seeking Susan on the big screen. And then Ray Isaac did that as well, so I've seen it twice now. And Dick Tracy for the Hollywood Oscar makeup movies, where they showed all the films with great makeup effects. They showed Dick Tracy, so I got to see that on the big screen. So I have seen it. So although I was really looking forward to seeing it on the 30th anniversary, because I didn't see it originally back then, I missed out on most of Madonna's films because I wasn't old enough to go see them. So I was really looking forward to seeing it at the Astor, because the Astor is a beautiful theatre, and usually they only open up the upstairs, which is a balcony. So when you sit at the front, you're really in the middle of the cinema, or towards the front middle of the cinema. So it's a nice space. I like to sit in the front, and sometimes with some cinemas it's a bit difficult because of the closeness and angle of the screen. Not all, but some. The Astor, I actually can't sit in the front row. It's too tall. But I was really looking forward to it. So I'm very upset that it's gone, but it's off the schedule now. But it was the only thing I had left to do. It was like, okay, I went out for Truth or Dare. That wasn't hard, but as the coronavirus was getting scarier, I thought, God, you go out for the Madonna bar, which was on Friday the 13th. You've got Friday the 13th movies to watch. You don't have to go out. I went out to see that. I went out to that. A friend messaged me and he said, "Oh, let's go, blah, blah." So I went with him. And then on the Monday was the Blonde Ambition screening. I'm like, oh, do I go out again? Corona is getting scarier. Every time I go out, I risk getting it. But I thought, it's Blonde Ambition on the big screen. I have to see it. So I went. And earlier that day, I saw an article about a bunch of religious people going to something called Hillsong, which is some big church or something in Australia, and I was like, what idiots going out, like risking their lives just for church, and then I go out to watch Madonna. So, pot black, so I was umming and ahhing about Dick Tracy, because I'm like, okay, it's getting even scarier. We've got a lot more cases now. It was mostly in Sydney, now it's Melbourne as well. We've had 5 or 6 deaths now, and I'm thinking, are you really going to go all the way to the other side of the city, take a train and a tram, or a train and a very long walk, and sit in a crowded cinema, hopefully crowded cinema for sales, and watch Dick Tracy? And I thought, I don't know. I don't know. And then I noticed the other day, I kept checking, thinking, I hope they cancel, because if they cancel, I don't have to decide. I don't have to say, no, I'm not going to risk my life to go watch a Madonna movie. I can just stay home. I didn't want to have to make that call, so I was hoping they would cancel. And I noticed earlier today, when you couldn't book online, it said you had to book at the box office. I thought, well, obviously they've done that because they know they're going to close soon. And if they're not selling online, they don't have to worry about refunding, because obviously people can't get in to buy the ticket. They can't get in to see the film. If the film's open, they can get in. If it's not open to show the film, then yeah, so I sort of thought, okay, they're obviously going to do that while they're not sure how long they're going to be open. And then I looked again tonight. That was earlier today. It's like 4 a.m. in Australia now. They are closed now until, I think they said closed until further notice. And then they had the 1st of August was the date on there. So that's probably when they're aiming to open. So it's a bit sad. Like I said, the Astor shows a lot of films. I was just looking at their little poster. They have an old-fashioned poster which they release. They used to release them less frequently and you'd get more to a poster, but now they've altered it a little bit. They've been doing these posters for like 20 years. Like, I still have the first one I ever got when I came to Melbourne. I love cinemas. I love cinema. I love that it's a like classic vintage one. And yeah, they showed some good stuff. They showed Jaws. They showed Turtles, The Godfather, Call Me By Your Name, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. If you love Star Wars, you know, some people don't like that film. 2001, 2010, a double. Sometimes they do doubles of classic films, which is really great, especially if it's, you know, an original film and a sequel, which of course you could never have seen in the cinema at the same time. A League of Their Own, of course, they had The Exorcist, Dick Tracy, 9 to 5. So I'm just looking at what we've lost, what we've missed. We're missing Dick Tracy, the 30th anniversary. We're missing the 40th anniversary of 9 to 5. They were showing Parasite, which I still haven't seen, Cable Guy, Hudson Hawk, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Roman Holiday, Amadeus, American Psycho, the French Film Festival. I'm guessing that won't be happening. So it's pretty sad. I hope... Now, the Astor is nearly closed a bunch of times. People tried to sell it. They tried to shut it down a bunch of times. I'm hoping it's not going to be one of the... Because they did recently reduce the days, because it used to be every day, and then they cut out Tuesday, and now they cut out Wednesday. So it's only Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which are obviously the busier days. So I'm hoping this doesn't kill it. I'm hoping that it survives. It's been around for 1936. What's that, like 80-something years? So I'm hoping this doesn't hurt it in the long run. I've got a feeling it's got people invested in it existing as a Melbourne landmark.